He took a knee as a counter, as basically a legal knockdown.
And if they do?
Yeah, but the ref said no, but the judge could still count it as a knockdown.
Oh.
For battery, turn around. Violence.
Put your hands behind your back.
You got handcuffs?
Hey,
Gervonta Davis has gotten into more trouble again after his case with Steve Willis was investigated, and the boxing world can't just keep quiet once Lamont Roach's request for the majority draw decision to be overturned was turned down by the New York State Athletic Commission. The Washington fighter took the case to another level and asked that the authorities investigate whatever transpired in his corner and what discussion they had with the referee. It was only after the investigation that they got some recordings of the conversation between Gervonta Davis and Steve Willis.
What you was thinking when Tank did that when he took the knee? What you was thinking when he took the knee?
I can't speak on it.
Can't speak on that?
Can't speak on it.
He did some bullshit though?
I can't speak on it.
You no personal opinion, nothing?
Yeah, especially you.
I don't know what happened with the referee. Maybe he was a little starstruck. Maybe he was a little, because he loves Tank. He loves New York. He loves the big lights. The referee with the eyes,
They've only shared their thoughts on the situation. And while some think Tank would be out of trouble soon, others aren't too sure of what may befall him. Stevenson has now offered his verdict on Tank's court case and has collapsed on social media, stating that it went how he expected.
Is that a DQ?
This is not basketball. This is not basketball where, wait, hold on, my ankle hurts. Hold on, let me take a timeout. You don't take timeouts in boxing. It just doesn't happen. Whether he had something in his eye or not, you have to fight. There's 3 minutes to fight. So if you take a knee, if you go to your corner, the rules are the rules. And I don't know what...
Stevenson also revealed that he wouldn't be criticizing Tank for his current situation despite Davis poking fun at Shocker's victory over Josh Padley last week. I ain't even going to troll on dude like he would do me. But I'm still ready and willing to fight. Let's make it happen. Gervonta Tank Davis might be unable to take fights against Shocker or Lamont Roach, seeing how long his court case might last, though he revealed in his post-fight interview that he would make an immediate rematch with Roach. His legal issues now mean that a potential fight between Tank and Stevenson or Lamont may not happen anytime soon. Davis's rival Shocker Stevenson also said on X a short time ago, and if Lamont can't get a rematch, I got a big fight for him, and a world title shot against me, that's my bro. But we definitely can make something happen. Good stuff, Roach.
First Tank.
Yeah,
so it's with him, with his pride and his ego and it's hard for him to even, want to get on the phone with me, want to reach out or put all that other to the side. That nigga just got too much ego, I guess.
But where did the beef come from? Because it seemed like he really don't like you.
Nah, he don't.
But why? What did y'all do? Because y'all was cool at one point.
Danny Garcia's father had an interesting take on what some believed would be an everlasting trouble. And a close on Devon Davis's career. Davis has his boxing record blemished, has slipped in the pound-for-pound rankings, and has an even bigger issue to deal with in court.
You gotta understand, can't underestimate the underdog, bro. He's hungry, you know what I mean? They wasn't giving him no credit. They were making us see it was a slouch, you could run over. You can't do that in boxing. Anything can happen. You can have a great night, believe that. You gotta believe in your soul, and I think the kid was...
Speaking to Fight Hype after the fight, Garcia Sr. said, yeah, because of the pressure of life. You're an athlete, bro. A lot of pressure comes with the game, bro. And behind the scenes, the stuff, you know what I'm saying, that people don't hear about. Your family, other stuff you have to worry about, a million things that fall on top of you. The world falls on top of you. Brother Davis has been flying high in recent years, and everyone has a bad night every now and then.
Should they have counted it as a knockdown?
He took a knee because something was wrong, that he thought it was wrong, that he could do that. He probably thought he was still in the amateurs. In the amateur, take a knee.
Yeah.
It's things that you do sometimes. It goes flashback when you was younger and you think you could still get away with it. That's what it was.
Yeah.
You know who the commission or the referee is. In fact, I was surprised that the referee allowed that to happen, because that referee is a professional referee and has experience, said the 52-year-old former boxer. Steve Willis has worked some fights for Golden Boy Promotions, so De La Hoya recognized his surprise at his performance. But what shocked him was the performance of Lamont Roach, who he said put Devon Davis in trouble, whom he described as a fantastic fighter. I just feel that Roach did extremely well against Devon Davis. I think Lamont Roach was on his game. And it was a great fight, said Oscar de la Hoya.
Lamont.
Everyone's got an opinion.
This is my opinion.
Sure.
It was a great fight. It was a close fight. Depending on what they do with that decision of taking the knee, depending if the commission reverses.
Boxing promoter Eddie Hearn also shared his thoughts on Devon Davis's court collapse on the New York State Athletic Commission review of the controversial fight between Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach. Hearn doesn't think the Nick decision not to overturn the outcome of the fight, which ended in a majority draw, was right. However, he expects a rematch to take place. Davis and Roach would have had no controversy if the 9th round incident in which Davis took a voluntary knee without a knockdown didn't.
Take it. Can you just clear it up, Oscar? A knee being taken, is that a point deduction?
Yes, and that's the fact. A point should be deducted if you take a knee. It's a fact. It's in the rule book, right? The fact that they didn't take it away, then that's where the controversy is, right? It's not did Gervonta get hit?
As reported by Dan Raphael of Fight Freaks Unite, Roach's lawyer appealed for the result to be changed to a win for his fighter, either by decision knockout or disqualification. Hearn acknowledged the controversy, but did not expect the New York State Athletic Commission to change the result, as he told Fight Hype on Tuesday. No, I don't think they do. Hearn said, can the state call for an immediate rematch? I don't think they can. The commission, it's really up to the governing body. The World Boxing Association oversees the lightweight title, and while the commission can review the result, it cannot mandate a rematch. Hearn, however, expects one to happen regardless.
One thing that's kind of baffling is that it wasn't a knockdown. I mean, look, he wasn't hurt. There's no doubt about that. But if you take a knee in the fight and you touch down, whilst punches are being thrown, it has to be a knockdown. I've heard some people saying, oh, that, you know, he should be disqualified. He went back to the corner.
Everything I'm hearing is the rematch is going to happen anyway, Hearn revealed. I think it's pretty much done. Hearn also weighed in on the 9th round controversy, arguing that Davis's decision to take a knee should have been ruled a knockdown. If you take a knee in a fight and touchdown while punches are being thrown, it has to be a knockdown. Hearn said, I heard people saying he should be disqualified. He went back to his corner. I don't buy that. I think that's a warning, but it's a bit of a bizarre situation.
I mean, I think that's a warning, but it's a bit of a bizarre situation. For me, like, there was a lot of people in boxing that were saying that this is a really tough fight. Like, Lamont Roach is a serious fighter. I said it might not be the biggest profile fight, but it's actually quite a tough fight. And Shakur said to me, like, even the day before, I'm telling you, he's going to have big trouble tomorrow night. And
as the New York State Athletic Commission reviewed referee Steve Willis's errant handling of Lamont Roach's Saturday night knockdown of Devon Davis, a compelling ProBox TV panel discussion assessed the matter Wednesday. If they do one thing, Lamont Roach wins the fight, said Dan Raphael, the veteran boxing writer now distributing his Fight Freaks Unite Substack. That bad night by Willis cost Lamont Roach a championship, depriving him of hanging the first loss on America's top fighter. A lot of stuff went bad, and it was all against Lamont Roach.
Could be the little something that gives Gervonta a little wake-up call to take him back to the mindset of maybe where he was.
Do you think New York State overturns it?
No, I don't think they do.
So fine. Man, I was surprised, man. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I thought it was a 10-8. Like, that's what really was going on. Like, but like, I was confused when he looked at the ref, but when he took the knee, I was like, and I grasped the concept that he was on the ground. I was like, that's a 10-8. Simple. So I was like, all right, the ref started counting. When I'm looking at him, I'm like, the ref started counting. But I see him get up and go to the corner. So now I'm just like, all right, now I'm confused. I don't know what's going on.
In speaking to regulators across the country Wednesday, they say New York Commission head Matthew Delalio is in a tough bind trying to resolve the human error that saw Willis start and then stop his 8-count of Davis after receiving multiple punches from Roach, which prompted Davis to take a knee and then walk to his corner, where co-trainer Calvin Ford was there to meet him and wipe his face with a towel. Davis later explained he felt the sting of a hair chemical in his eye and was merely seeking relief, while some feel Delalio should deduct a point from Davis for any of his transgressions. and make Roach the new World Boxing Association lightweight champion after fighting to Saturday night's majority draw. Others say that's not fair to Davis, a knockout puncher who might have shifted into a more desperate offensive mindset in the final 3 rounds had he known he had been docked with a knockdown.
For an immediate rematch a bit over.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the reality is can the state call for an immediate rematch? I don't believe they can, the commission. It's really up to the governing body. I mean, the commission can overturn a decision or rule on a decision, but can they order a rematch? That really has to come from the governing body.
Towel in his hand.
To me, I didn't think he was stopping the fight because I was so focused on the ref counting. I didn't think he was stopping the fight, but then again, like when I look at him in the corner, I'm like, what is going on? Like, I don't know. I don't know now. I just don't know what's going on. Besides the fact that I want this to be a knockdown because it should be.
And you asked him, right? Why you stopped?
Yeah, I asked him literally. I said, why you stop counting?
Now, to Lamont's point, you will see it and you will hear it. Him ask the referee.
The panel, including retired California referee Jack Rice, trainer Stephen Bredman, Edwards Raphael, and Pro Box TV regulars Chris Algieri and Polly Malignaggi were in unison that Roach's bent knee met the definition of a knockdown. Pro Box TV founder Gary Jonas, who advises Roach, filed an official appeal letter to the New York Commission asking that it rule Roach the winner based on the multiple opportunities Willis had to deduct a point from Davis, the knockdown turning his back to Roach and walking to his corner, and Ford walking up the steps to treat him mid-round. Edwards provided a telling point. People make mistakes, but this always happens to favor the side. Edwards said Steve Willis has an excellent career. This moment just shocked him.
Wasn't in round number 9. Gervonta Davis takes a knee, landed a right hand, then 2 jabs afterward. What were you thinking when this happened? Were you surprised as everybody else?
Sought to explain that officials have leeway as the bout's sole arbiter to exercise discretion over how the fight proceeds. You cannot call your own timeout, Malignaggi responded. Raphael also reported there was an opportunity to review the replay of the knockdown, but it didn't happen. That inspired Algieri and Malignaggi to conclude there's only one effective way to respond: stage an immediate rematch. Right back at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, speaking on his podcast with the host of the show, Teddy Atlas, gave his sincere comments on the refereeing when asked about the incident in round 9.
Man, especially when I seen the other coach on the ring, and the inspector told me one time I got to look over there to see it. He tell me sit down. I'm yelling at him, who you talking to? I'm coaching, leave me alone. And he let this guy get up the ring and wipe his fighter down in the middle of the ring.
You even hear morals.
He continued, I think he set a record for the most fans ever at Barclays Center. Tell me if I'm right or wrong, but I believe they hit a new attendance record, maybe a gate record too. They've had concerts, fights, and basketball games there. They did big numbers. He's a star. He brings people, has a big fan base, and delivers solid pay-per-view numbers. I don't know the numbers for this one, but he's one of those guys who consistently brings in good pay-per-view figures. All of that comes with him.
I'm sorry. I'm terrible. I am, but I'm ashamed of myself. I am so cynical, but this sport has made me cynical. I'm sorry. I don't see anyone's going to reprimand this referee. I don't.
See, he continued, I think he set a record for the most fans ever at Barclays Center. Tell me if I'm right or wrong, but I believe they hit a new attendance record, maybe a gate record too. They've had concerts, fights, and basketball games there. They did big numbers. He's a star. He brings people, has a big fan base, and delivers solid pay-per-view numbers. I don't know the numbers for this one, but he's one of those guys who consistently brings in good pay-per-view figures. All of that comes with him.
We need a national commission. That's the only thing I could think of, but we're not getting one right now. But the last thing I want to say to put a bow on this one, Bud, we talked about the controversial part, but I want to finish with the great part. That was high level.
He continued, I think he set a record for the most fans ever at Barclays Center. Tell me if I'm right or wrong, but I believe they hit a new attendance record, maybe a gate record too. They've had concerts, fights, and basketball games there. They did big numbers. He's a star. He brings people, has a big fan base, and delivers solid pay-per-view numbers. I don't know the numbers for this one, but he's one of those guys who consistently brings in good pay-per-view figures. All of that comes with him.
And everything that goes with it. And the contrary to what a lot of people think, oh, that was just slugging, that was just fighting. No, that was high-level boxing. That was the sweet science at its best. I mean, a lot of people think sweet sign is with the separation, and it grabs your attention. Oh, wow, look at that guy. He's on the outside. Yeah, he slipped 4 punches. Bop, bop, bop. He threw back. Then he was gone. He was gone. Where'd he go? Yeah, that's sweet signs. Yeah, but when you're inside in a dangerous place, in